Hey, what's up? My name is Taku. I'm here at Falls Festival 2016, hanging out with youth.
Awesome, thank you. So, we're here at Falls, but first of all, from an outsider's perspective, it feels like you have your fingers in quite a lot of different pies. Is that correct? A lot of different projects happening at once?
Yeah.
And if so, how do you manage all the time?
I don't know. Yeah, it's definitely, I like doing different things.
Yeah.
But 2016 was a pretty busy year. So I'm definitely looking to have a quieter year in 2017.
Yeah.
But I guess it's just staying busy and working with people that have the same goals as me. And I don't do anything alone. I have a lot of people that help me out, and a lot of teams behind me as well. So it's good work. I like collaborating with people. So
does that come from kind of a passion for these things already, like photography? Was that a passion that was already there, or was it an interest that you kind of just found yourself running into and collaborating with people?
I think for me it was like an interest, and then just delving deeper into it and seeing if it's something that I could be passionate about. Because straight off the bat I didn't know if it's something that I'd be okay at or something that would resonate with me, but I gave it a go, and then normally things that I'm passionate about I go all out, 100% or nothing. So photography was a really good kind of break from music for me, and I kind of grabbed it with both hands. Yeah. Is
that how you came to meet a lot of people within fashion? Because you've done a few different fashion projects
definitely.
as well. Was that kind of one of the bigger connecting points for a lot of those projects?
Yeah, it was. I've done a lot in the fashion world and a lot of brand stuff as well. And then being able to take photos as well, or having photography as one of my hobbies, also opened up the whole new world of working with people that I know in the fashion industry as well. So it's just been a big year of working with other people and getting to know them, and also experimenting and just trying to get better at things.
Do you have the same kind of outlook when you started with music as well? Like it just started as something you was interested in and you built up from there?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think everything that I do now, I use, I kind of go in the same direction or use the same attitude that I did when I started making music. When I first started making music, I didn't really know much about the process, and even to this day, I don't really know how to play any instruments. But if you collaborate with people and you work on what you're good at and concentrate on your positives rather than your negatives, things start to flourish and things start to make sense. And I've always been about working with a lot of people and getting to know people and building relationships. So I definitely, with the visual creative side, kind of just did the same thing I did for music when I first started.
Yeah. Do you think it's important to have those relationships, hang out with people before you dive into something together?
Yeah, I think so. I think relationships are important regardless of what you're doing, especially if you're looking to get into a creative field and you're not too sure if it's for you. Nothing can beat just talking to people that are already in it and experienced, and finding out what they found easy and what they found difficult, and just so you know what to expect and you're not going in blind. And that way, you're not shocking yourself too much, or it's not a shock to the system, that you can kind of roll with the punches. And we all make mistakes, so I think it's normal to expect failure.
I think you need to make all the mistakes.
Yeah, and it's not to be too careful. You just got to dive in and just learn along the way.
Do you have any other advice for people looking to get into music production, or is it pretty much just that?
It's always been the same of just go for it. Like, don't ask the wrong questions. A lot of people want to know, how do I start playing festivals, or how do I get a name for myself? I think the main thing should be is how do I get better at what I want to do? How do I step out of my comfort zone? How do I experiment to a point where you're getting better and better each time? If that's your main focus on anything, I feel like you'll do well, and everything else just comes with it. And if you stay positive, all the other stuff, the financial side, the promotion side, people hearing your music, being able to play shows, it just comes together with the art itself. So I feel like if you nail that part and you work hard, everything else pretty much comes with it, I think.
Yeah, a lot of hard work. So on the way down, Dave, one of our photographers, and I were listening to a podcast, The Mitchum, which they were reposting one of the ones in talks that you had done on people that you
Oh, okay. Which podcast was it?
the Mitchin.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And I thought it was really funny in there. I'm not sure if anyone answered it, but you were asking what dish people would use to break up to.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask what your dish would be to break up to.
I mean, it seems like a very hormonal answer, but I think like mostly like for most people it's like chocolate or something sweet, because like when you're sad you need to release those positive endorphins. But I mean, comfort food, something that your mum's always made for you, something like that. I mean, I'm Filipino and half Maldi, so meat meat helps.
A big binge of meat and ice cream.
I mean, like, it's whatever makes you feel good or reminds you of good things, and that can be anything for anyone. But for me, it's normally meat.
What about to make up to?
A chocolate again. I mean, it's chocolate's a very essential.
The answer is always chocolate.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think food is like, from my culture anyway, food is a big part of getting to know people and experiencing different cultures. And if you can do it with someone that you're getting to know, I think it's kind of special, because it's one of those things that you can really explore and delve into, like all the different senses that we have as humans. But yeah, I think food is a big part of how people communicate.
And delicious.
Yeah, and it's delicious too.
So you hinted that next year might be a bit quieter, rather than 2016 has been. Is there anything you can hint towards that is coming up in 2017?
I mean,
new music?
when I say like a quiet year, I just mean in regards to just traveling. I travel a lot for different things, but I just want to make 2017 a year to create things. I haven't sat down and written music in a long time, and I really want to do that and work towards producing the album that I've always wanted to produce over the last 5 years. Touring is great, but it also just takes up a lot of time, and then you need to reset before and after, and before you know it, you're off again for some reason. So I think just staying close to fam and writing music and trying to create things at home, in Perth, from where I'm from. That's my main focus for 2017, I think.
Awesome. Hopefully some new things.
Yeah, me too.
How is the kind of the scope of music in Perth at the moment? Because we don't often hear too much about it.
I mean, that's the thing. When I first started in 2008, it was like really flourishing. And if it wasn't for that kind of scene and how it was really burgeoning at the time, I don't think I'd be where I am today. And there's a lot of musicians and beat makers and producers around at that time that were really spurring each other on, and I was new to making music, so I really looked up to a lot of people that helped me out along the way. But that's the thing about being on the road so much, is that when I'm in Perth, I normally just spend time with family, and I haven't really been in touch with the music scene. But for some reason, I may be wrong, I don't want to put my foot in it, but it does seem a bit different, where it's not as what it used to be. But I do know there's a lot of talented musicians out of WA, and a lot of them are doing really good things now, and you wouldn't know they're from WA, but they're all in LA or Sydney or
doing other things.
Doing other things, yeah.
Just to wrap it up, do you have any New Year's resolutions for next year?
I don't know, like New Year's resolutions, I respect them, but I always don't like. You're setting yourself up for failure sometimes. But like
Such
for me,
good intentions.
yeah, good intentions. It's true. But I feel like I just always like rolling over what kind of year I've had, the previous one, and just maintaining that momentum creatively, and making sure I don't dive into like a creative lull, but just staying busy in regards to. I definitely want to just write more music, and I definitely want to push myself into video and film, and see where I can go there and what things I can learn in that arena.
Awesome. Well, we very much look forward to it.
Oh,
Thanks
you.
so much for talking to us.
Thank you for your time.
Awesome. Thank you.